guys, it's Carly. Welcome back to Bliss Break. Today I'm going to be sharing my April favorites with you. I can't believe it's already May. I know I say that at the beginning of every video, but honestly, this year is flying by. I can't believe it. I do have a few more things to share with you this time around than I did last month, so let's go ahead and jump right in. The first thing I want to talk about is a face wash. This is the Foaming Oil Cleanser by the brand Skin Fix. I mentioned this in an empties video. I finally got around to repurchasing it, and I honestly forgot how incredible this is. It foams up really well, you don't need a lot, and it's not too detergenty, it doesn't strip my skin, it's really nourishing and balancing, helps me get all that excess makeup off that I didn't get with my first cleanse, and I just forgot how much I loved it, and it's really, really great. This brand is, I think it's what, like 97% natural or something. It's $15, you get 3.4 fluid ounces of product, so you get a lot in here, and this will last me a very long time, and that's using it morning and night and just loving it. So if you have sensitive skin like me and you're in the market for a new face wash, this one is really incredible. The next thing I want to talk about, I actually meant to mention last month, but I totally spaced it. So this is the L'Oreal sponge. I'm sure they have a name for it. I probably should have looked that up first, but mine is dirty, forgive me, I just used it today. I've had this for about 2 months now, and I was so impressed by it. I prefer it to the Real Technique sponge. I wouldn't say that it's as good as the Beauty Blender, and here's why. The shape of this makes it really difficult to get under your eyes. Now you can squish it like that and kind of make it fit. However, convenience-wise, I prefer the Beauty Blender. In terms of makeup application, I don't notice a huge difference. So for the price, this is great. I know they make a smaller one as well that is made for under the eyes, but at that point, if you're gonna be buying two, you should just get a Beauty Blender. But if you're in the market for something that is comparable and performs just as well, this is fantastic. And I think it's somewhere between $6 to $8. I don't remember exactly what I paid, but this has been great. The next thing I want to talk about is a powder. This is the Pure Cosmetics 4-in-1 Pressed Mineral Makeup with Broad Spectrum SPF 15. I picked this up during the 21 Days of Beauty sale at Ulta, so I got mine for $18. I think it's normally 30 something. I've been really impressed by this. I mentioned last month that I was using the MAC Studio Fix powder a lot. I have been using this instead of that. A, because this is more my color right now, and B, because I haven't needed quite as much coverage. This still gives decent coverage, but not quite as much as the MAC Studio Fix. It doesn't feel as heavy, it's a little bit lighter, it's less mattifying, it has more of a luminous finish without being shimmery. There's no shimmer in it. It's just not as heavy as the MAC Studio Fix. So this has been really great when I am not wearing foundation, but I want a little bit of coverage, or even just on top of my foundation, a light dusting. I've been really impressed by this. The next thing I want to talk about is a blush. This is the Wet n Wild Color Icon blush in the shade Apricot in the Middle. This is such a beautiful orange nude color, and it has some shimmer to it without being glittery or chunky. It reminds me a lot of if you were to take the pink out of the NARS Orgasm blush and you were just left with that peachy orange shimmery dusting of color. That's what this reminds me of. It's so beautiful. I've worn it almost every day when I'm not wearing the blush I'm about to talk about. I do have it mixed with something else today, and I am just in love with it. And for what, $2.99? This blew me away. It's pigmented without being too pigmented, and it's really great. I am interested to try some of their other shades. So the other blush I want to talk about is a Tarte blush. This is one of their Amazonian Clay 12-hour blushes in the shade Seduce. It's a really pretty nudie mauve color. It's really natural. I have this mixed with the Wet n Wild blush today. Obviously I went a little more bold with it, but I love these blushes. They stay on forever, and I was lucky enough to pick this up during the 21 Days of Beauty sale as well, so I think it was like 12 bucks, and I should have gotten more, but this is the only shade I went with, and I'm really glad I picked this one because I feel like it's really flattering, it goes with a lot of looks, and their blushes are amazing. Another Tarte product, I also picked up one of their highlights. This is in the shade Stunner. First of all, it smells amazing. It smells like the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette if you mixed a little bit of vanilla in with it. And I'm actually wearing it today. It's a little more bold than the highlights I usually wear, but it's not glittery. This is just, it's bold, but not obnoxious. And every time I put it on, I'm just like, oh, yes. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I'm so glad I decided to pick it up. So if you're in the market for a new highlight, I don't believe these are too ridiculously priced. I think it's like $24 normally. So look into these. Go ahead and swatch them. I know they have another shade. I think it's called Exposed. I don't remember why I went with this one over the other, but I've been loving this. So I'm glad I picked it. Also, these stay on forever. Forever. Through blotting, through dancing. Like I went out the other night and I came home and my highlight was still going strong, so good job, Tarte. Good job. Speaking of blotting, I wanted to talk about some blotting tissues. These are by Boscia. This is their clear complexion blotting linens with bamboo and willow bark extract. These smell like green tea. I think it's like 10 bucks and you get 100 of them, but they absorb everything really well. They don't smear my makeup. I don't feel like I have to go in with a second sheet. And now that we're in spring, approaching summer, I think it's really important to have these in your bag just so you're not putting powder on top of all that sweat and oil. It's really nice to get that off first so you don't end up looking cakey, and these are really great. Next, I want to talk about some eyeliners. I got one of the Colourpop cream gel liners in my Ipsy bag this month, so I went ahead and picked up another shade. This is in Mr. Bing, and the first one I got is just the standard black. It's called Swerve. I am so blown away by these. They are creamy and pigmented and they stay all day. They smudge out nicely when you want them to, but then they kind of settle down. They're like $5.99, and if you are a little more adventurous and bold than I am, they have some beautiful blues and purples and greens, and these are incredible. And I know they last really well on the waterline too, something that always impresses me with an eyeliner, and I will definitely be buying more of these in the future. These are great. Next, I want to talk about some lipsticks. These are the Blotted Lip and Ultra Blotted Lips from Colourpop. So Colourpop recently came out with this new range. They're supposed to be sort of reminiscent of like a popsicle stain on your lips. I do find they're a little bit more pigmented than that, but they're still a more sheer formula. So the Blotted Lip, I was really surprised by the pigmentation in this. I thought it would be more sheer, but it's not. This one is not transfer proof, but it is very comfortable. I got mine in the shade Drip. It's like a dark rosy mauve. And then I have 3 of the Ultra Blotted Lips. The one I'm wearing today is called Double Scoop. It's this one. I also got Zuma and Doozy, and I love these. I can't wait to go back for more because I can see myself wearing these every day throughout the summer. They're so, so, so comfortable. They completely dry down. They don't transfer. They layer well if you do need to reapply throughout the day. They're not going to get all crumbly and weird. And they're just so unique. It's such a soft formula. I can't explain it, but they're really cheap. They're what, $5.99 or something? So worth it, and so I don't have words. They blew me away. They're great. I can't wait to buy more. The last thing I want to talk about is actually a mousse. This is the L'Oreal Air Dry It Ruffled Body Mousse. I used to use mousse back in high school, and then I kind of switched over to cream styling products. My hair is naturally pretty curly, borderline wavy, and I forgot how wonderful a good mousse can be. I feel like sometimes the cream products will weigh my curls down. This doesn't do that. Now, this is designed to be used when you're air drying your hair, which I've only been able to test once, and I went right to sleep, so I feel like it wasn't a good test. But even with using my blow dryer with my diffuser, it's not crunchy at all. The curls are soft and touchable and frizz-free, and I'm just so blown away by this, and I'm really glad I decided to pick it up because, like I said, I forgot what a good mousse can do. So if you have curly hair or wavy hair and you're interested in something like this, go ahead and check it out. I'm curious to see what it does when I do air dry my hair. Typically I don't get the body I want if I'm wearing my hair naturally curly unless I flip my hair upside down and use a diffuser. So I'll give it a shot, but for now I'm liking it. Alright guys, that is it for my April favorites. I hope you enjoyed this video. Go ahead and give it a thumbs up and comment down below with all the things you've been loving lately, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!